In this video, I'll be showing you the important instrument you should have in the background of your vocal to give it more emotional feelings to the whole song. It's basically called synth strings or strings ensemble, which is a combination of different strings instruments which are mostly violin, cello and bass played in all in one as a stringle instrument sound. Strings instrument sounds come in most high-end piano keyboards in a preset. So to get started, I will show you an example of a music which contains an important instrument, which is the strings. The song is called The Lonely Mountain from the movie Hobbit. I will let you listen to the song to get an idea of how will the song sound if there were no strings instruments and just piano sounds and drums.
Far over the misty mountains rise, leave us standing upon the height. What was before, we see once more, is our kingdom a distant light.
I feel as the strings instrument sound is the one that gives more feelings to the whole song. If you don't have a high-end keyboard which has string sounds, then don't worry, because now these days you have all the stuff in Play Store and App Store. If you have an Apple device, then you should have an app called GarageBand. And if you have an Android phone, you will need to go into Play Store app, sign into your account, or if you haven't got an account, then you need to create one. Once you're signed in, you will need to search in Play Store for the app called Band. Go ahead and click download and install. Once installed, open the app, click on the keyboard icon sign, and then at the top right corner where you see an instrument icon such as a piano, go ahead and click on the icon. Then after, click on the add instruments plus sign. Now you should see an instrument called strings ensemble. Go ahead and click on the icon, then it will direct you to Play Store to install that plugin, which is completely free. Once you have installed that plugin, then restart the app Band and now choose the strings ensemble, which should be now available to play on your device. If you know how to play the piano, then you should be good to go. Otherwise, if you do not know, you will need to know what notes are in that scale of the song you'll be singing. If you're doing a cover of an original music, then I suggest you find out the piano notes of that song either by searching on Google. When playing the strings ensemble on the app, I suggest you play two notes at the same time. For example, if your song is in the key of E, then you should hold on to the E and play the other notes within the scale as you're playing the note E at the same time. This makes it sound a lot more instruments are being played and more pleasurable to listen than playing a single tone. Now you have the idea. What you will be doing next is recording that sound to the software on your computer. You can have two methods of getting the recorded sound. One is by the app itself and other is by using an audio cable. To record the played sound on the app, you can either press on the red button on the top left corner to start recording, and then save it to the device. Once the file is saved, navigate to the record manager by exiting out on the app. By pressing the back button, then open the tab menu, choose record manager. From there, you should see a recorded file, then press the MP3 icon to save it as an MP3 file to your device. Next, go into your file manager and navigate to Perfect Piano folder, then into Keyboards, and there you should see your saved MP3 file. Next, move that file into the main storage directory of your device, such as into Downloads folder or Music folder. To import the file to your computer, you need to plug in the USB cable from your Android phone to the PC and choose Mass Storage File Transfer as Media. Then go into File directory of your phone storage and navigate to where you saved the file, and there you should see a recorded soundtrack as an MP3 file. Now you can copy the MP3 file to your PC. The second method of recording the sound is by using an audio cable from your phone to the computer, which will be showing end of this video. If you want to get the sound directly from the app, then you will need to have an audio input on your computer or on your recording hardware, and then record that sound as you're playing. To record the sound directly, you will need a cable called 3.5mm jack to 3.5mm, which can be purchased at pound stores or eBay for cheap as £1. Once you got that cable, plug it into your headphone jack of your device to the computer, into the audio input port or the microphone input port. Then go into your sound settings for Windows, type Start, then in the search box, search for the word sound. Click on Sound Card Settings and click on Recording tab. There you should see Recording Inputs. If you do not see this option, then right click and click Show Disabled Devices. If there is a device you're looking for, then enable that device for recording. If you still do not see any recording device, then you probably do not have an audio input on your computer. Therefore, you need to purchase a USB sound card which has an audio input recording. I suggest this USB sound card to buy off eBay, which I already have for more than 5 years. It can record audio input up to 2 channels at 16-bit 48Hz. I highly recommend getting the sound directly from the device using the cable for better quality and more like a real instrument sound. If you're using a Mac operating system, then you would need to go into Audio MIDI setup and do the same procedure as Windows, like enabling the input sound recordings. But I am not sure if you can listen in real time of the audio input on Mac. If you're a little struggling, then let me know in the comments section. I will do my best in helping you to get it set up for you. Now I will show you how I record the sounds from my smartphone to the computer software using the line in recording input on my sound card. You can also use this method with any instruments or any device you may have which has a headphone out jack. I will be using the app Walkband. As you can see, I have plugged in the 3.5mm audio cable into the line input on my sound card and into my phone headphone jack. So the sound is being directly transferred into the sound card to the computer. So if I go to sound settings on Windows, I can see the line in, and I'm going to go to properties, and you need to go to listen and check this box. Listen to this device. If you want to set it as a default playback device, you can do that, but if the sound is not coming out, you don't hear any sound, even when you plug in the headphones you have no sound, then you need to choose whichever speaker output device you have to choose that one to get the sound out. Normally you should leave it on default playback. So if I turn up the volume, you can see, one second. You see the bars on line in, the sound is working. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto the app. So now I have opened up Walkband. I'm going to choose keyboard. What I'll do next is I'll plug in the headphones into my computer, then record the line input as I'm playing on the keyboard. You need to go to sound and set the line in as your default recording input device. Then once you have done that, you can go into your recording software and select the line input as your default recording device. So I've opened up Sony Vegas here, and I'm going to be recording the line input sound in Sony Vegas. So I'm going to go ahead and play the violin, the synth strings, and click record and show you. So now it's recording, and I'm going to now play the keyboard. Now I have recorded the soundtrack. Now let me press play, and you're hearing this from the computer speakers. Next thing I'll be showing you is recording the same sound in Audacity. So I'm gonna go into Audacity, and in Audacity, the default inputting device will be selected as your microphone, and you want to change it to line input device. Line in USB multi-channel. Check that box, then leave everything as it is, then click record, and now I'm gonna play the sound. So I have played it now. I'm going to play it back. Here is the recorded soundtrack, and I'm going to be now adding some reverbs and equalizer to make it more better. So I'm using Sony Vegas, so I'm going to go to the plugins. I'm going to add in reverb, then I'm going to add in graphic EQ. I'm going to go and add a compressor, so I won't go above -6 with, when it distorts and clips. Go to reverb, I'm going to go to decay time, turn it up to the maximum. I'm going to put these to the maximum as well. This track is without the reverb. After add the reverb, next is I wanna keep the volume at really low. When recording, you could also record one soundtrack, then record one after another to combine more instrument sounds. If you're going to record for vocals, then I suggest you have the tracks separate by recording the instruments separate and vocals separate to add effects to one specific track like reverbs, delays and equalizer, etc. You can increase the decay time on the reverb plugin for more ambient sounding. For the ambient sound, make sure you don't have it at a high volume. I recommend keeping at half of the volume or even lower than half. Lastly, I want to let you know that you could also check out on YouTube of the program called FL Studio on adding ambient string sounds to your mix. Now it's end of the tutorial. I hope I have given you some tips and ideas to make your soundtracks much better and more professional sounding. Thank you.